On the right is the diamond head elephant ears, how they looked when they were thriving. And when frost hit, this is how they look now. We have to do something about that so that we can have them for next year. And here's the Thailand giant before and after. Well, after then before. This is how they looked before frost hit. Absolutely huge. And the back edge of that leaf is chest high. I could stand behind it and you'll only see my head sticking out. And look at my hand in the size comparison here and the detail in that leaf. Huge. This is the biggest elephant ear we've ever grown. And with the sun shining through this leaf, look at the detail between those veins there, the lines through there. Absolutely stunning. I definitely want these to come back. And before they got this big, the fire pit, we had our fire pit with the sun patience and coleus around it, geraniums on the side there. And it was just nice and beautiful. But then frost came through and hit this other bed. These were also Thailand giants, but they didn't get as big. And this is what it looked like early when the leaves sprouted from the ground. These got up to be about 5 foot, 5 feet, and we had the dragon wing begonias around them, and they grow good together because they require the same watering. Now it's time for winter pruning. Looking at these elephant ears, I see a few small leaves coming out, but I'm checking to see if they are still firm. When they're vertical like this, 9 times out of 10, they're still firm and they're still alive. Let's cut. Frost was 2 days ago, and after frost came through, it stayed warm for a couple days, and we didn't have any leaves falling, but I got some from another area. I have this tarp, which is actually a trampoline, and I love using this because I can put the rope through these hooks when it's on the truck. But today I just used it to move some leaves to cover up these elephant ears, and also I'm going to cover up the no, I'm just going to cover up the elephant ears. And last year I just dumped them over, but I'm going to be using these same leaves on several other elephant ear beds. So those are covered up, and I'll put a few more. See, I have a lot more leaves than I had last year. These are from another location. And you know what? Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and cover the begonias too, because I want to see what they do. Because I have had plants that are annuals here in Zone 7 come back because of seeds. And one particular plant, I wasn't sure if it came back from the ground or if it was seeds. So we're just going to do a little experiment. And this is our first leaf covering for our winter elephant ear winter pruning. Same thing in this bed. I'm going to cut these 6 to 8 inches from the ground and at an angle. A lot of people say that's not necessary, but it prevents the water from resting on the stem. So cutting them off at an angle, and 6 to 8 inches so that it doesn't rot all the way back down to the ground. Now you can see these are wilty and they're wet right now, but if I leave them any longer, they're going to get slimy, and that is going to encourage pests, and we don't want that. Believe it or not, as cold as it is, within zone 7 with the temperatures fluctuating, you do get pests when it warms up. And these are cut for the winter. And over here we have the Thailand giants. See, I can look at this and tell that they're still living because the stalks look really firm. I'm going to go ahead and cut these back. And it's easier to cut them when they look like this because it doesn't look good. And it's time for them to go. They really showed off this year with blooms, and these were about chest high. Kind of sad to see them go, but when they look like this, you know it's time for them to go. Along with other plants, and Janice is cutting back these sun patients. We have plenty of leaves to just cover everything up to see what's going to happen. And over here in the center is where we had our black elephant ears, and you see the creeping Jenny trailing over the side. And those have been covered up also. And we have a few little creeping jennies remaining. We're just going to let those trail. But what we did was we didn't pull them out. We just cut them back in the pot and put in some bright yellow pansies just so that this little area here has a little color. And then we have the blue and purple mix here for a little contrast. And we're going to keep an eye on these because these are the ones that trail over the pots, and it's really going to be nice. And every year the creeping Jenny comes back, and it is absolutely beautiful. Look how it was last year. Nice and trailing over the side. I like it because it goes straight down. But what we have now is some color, and this is going to be full of blooms. You see these other blooms that are about to open. More updates through the winter. Hello, family and friends. We are going to pull these vincas out and pull out the impatiens. They look good, but when frost comes through, that's going to be it for them because they really can't stand the cold temperatures, and it's either me or the frost. And we're going to put in some pansies to keep the color going, and it's going to be beautiful. You see these vincas here. These vincas are, they have a few blooms on them, and the leaves look pretty good. And back here, the impatiens with that white, that crisp impatiens, little English ivy there. And this is what we're putting in. We're gonna go with the red and white pansies. We have the scarlet red here. Scarlet red. A little fertilizer burn on them, but they'll be fine because there's plenty of blooms that haven't opened like that. And like I've said millions of times, when you're deadheading, don't confuse. Okay, now let me show you a bloom like this bloom here. I don't see it. Well, this one here, this is finished. You see how damaged that looks and tired? So we take it back to the growth point and pinch it off. But don't confuse your blooms that are about to open with the ones that are finished. Okay, we have the scarlet red and sorbet white. We have some pink vincas in here with white impatiens and English ivy. We have the same pot over here Now this one has, whoa, this one has less blooms and still have that shiny leaf and everything. But we're going to go ahead and pull them out because it's time for the fall and winter plants and the overnight temperatures are dropping. I don't know if I deleted the finished results of that last pot or if I just didn't record it. But here's some nice violas to look at. Nice purple ones, and this is a mixture of yellow, blues, um, and purple. We also have an odd looking one in here that I didn't notice until a few minutes ago. We have this yellow in here, the purple. Look at this odd looking one with the sky blue, with the lacy white halo in the middle. And we have the purple, red, and white here. We're going to be going to a location to use these in a few minutes. These big white petals, I mean, they're big as my palm. Nice. Happy with the haul for today, and it's truly amazing. These are nice and sturdy plants, and they're ready to go. So we're going to be putting these on a pot, and you got to see how this is going to look. It's going to turn out nice, and I usually don't put red and purple together, but that's what she wants, so that's what we're going to do. Have these yellow violas here, and they're trailing. Check out Janice's fall sign here with the big pumpkin and the mum. I think there's a gourd down there. Two different color pumpkins, that purple mum. And she likes to use her flags with the color coordination of the plants in the bed. Now here's the pot. It is overgrown. Oops. We're helping a friend out today by getting this pot back pretty. It has ivy overgrown in it. A little bit of lobelia left over from the past, and we have looks like three different types of ivy in here. The emerald green. We have some English ivy down here, and it's starting to take root to the ground. We have a arborvitae for the centerpiece, and what we're going to have to do is make room for these. We have some red and purple going in. We're going to alternate the colors. So for right now, we are going to trim back this ivy and pull out these old impatiens that are in here. You see there's an impatient, which is done. That has done all it's going to do. And make room for the other flowers. So first, I'm going to have to move this over onto the grass so that we don't make a mess. Oh, does that matter, Janice? I got my blower today.
No.
Okay, well, yeah, we're going to do that right where it is. And I'm going to go through and get these impatiens out first and trim the ivy. We have some plastic from one of our nursery hauls, and it works good for catching the ivy, and you don't have a big cleanup at the end. Janice is clipping these off because they're taking root to the ground, and they're very, very aggressive. They're growing really great in this pot. And one thing about this pot with the impatiens during the spring and summer, see, the impatiens are part sun, and the trees above us have the leaves on them and everything. And we're putting in pansies, which are full sun. Now, when the fall approaches, you have less leaves on the trees, and this pot gets plenty of sun. It gets more than 6 hours of sunlight, and in the evening, it gets filtered sun. I'm going to put in these purple, and I'm surprised we were able to make space for them because the roots on these, we have root competition with the arborvitae and the ivy. We got some nice sturdy pansies here with big blooms. Look at that yellow center on this velvety purple petals. Then we have this red here, which is very, very deep. This is a nice pot with some depth here to contrast the ivy. And through the ivy, we have like streaks of variegation and the English ivy. Absolutely beautiful. And Janice is doing the fine tuning and tucking them in. And we have that lip all the way around. Everything is in the pot like an inch low so that you can, when you water it, you could just flood it with water and then just watch it soak in so that everything gets good and hydrated. This turned out nice. She may thin out the ivy a little more, and this is going to be ready to go. So we go to the next location to a plant stand. And this plant stand has sun patience and impatience in it, and they are done. Look at these curled up leaves. Yeah, we're going to be pulling this out. Some of the plants still have a glossy leaf, but within a couple of days, maybe a week, week and a half at the most, frost is coming through. So we replaced them with violas and pansies. We have these purple and yellow, and this is a mix of colors in each pot. So each of the pots has several different colors in it, and these yellows and whites, purples, with the little lines in the on the petals. Beautiful. They're sitting in this plant stand on cocoa liners, and we'll be doing updates to see how they fill in and just explode with color. Beautiful. This lilac is really nice too. This plant stand is absolutely beautiful. Then we went to the nursery. It's winding down at the nursery, but they still had quite a few plants to choose from. Look at this blue with that dark blotch in the middle. Then you have the sky blue. We have the purple through here. Have quite a few more of those. And these red with the yellow center. Now, they had less flowers because we're going into the winter time, but they still had quite a few to choose from. And I want to get some more of those lilac ones. These purple are beautiful. That's Janice's favorite color. So this is what this is the haul right here. Yellow, red, purple, lilac. And look at this red here with that blotch in the middle. We have those yellows and the purple. And we were looking at different color combinations. We're going to be doing a video on that later on. But look at the way this red and yellow go together. That's beautiful. With that yellow dot in the middle. And look at the yellow and purple. Beautiful. Hey, that would even work with the yellow, and that's two shades of purple or either blue. And this is the one I wish I had gotten more of because one of our friends has a theme with that color in it, and would be nice to continue the theme on around with that color. I'm excited about this, and if you like this content, hit the subscribe button, and so you can get all of our videos.